Question 24. Express the equation in slope-intercept form and then round the coefficients to 3 decimal places. So this is the first part, and then we'll work on the second part once we conclude the first part. So the first part, we have our equation 0.521x minus 2.18y, which is equal to 100. So we want to put this in slope-intercept form by solving for y. So we're going to subtract 0.521x to both sides. So we get 0 on the left-hand side, and what's left is 2.18y. And then that's going to equal negative 0.521x plus 100. And now we need to divide all terms by negative 2.18. So as stated, we need to round the coefficients to 3 decimal places. So let's just use the calculator here. We have negative 0.521, and we're dividing that by negative 2.18. So rounding that to 3 decimal places, we should get 0.239. So 0.239x. And then we're going to take 100 and we're going to divide that by negative 2.18. And that gives us negative 45.872. So minus 45.872. Now in part 2, they're telling us to enter this equation into the graphing calculator. We're going to use Desmos. And it's saying you might need to adjust the y minimum and y maximum values for your window if you wish to include where the y-intercept occurs. The question states that which of the following y minimum and y max values would allow you to view where the y-intercept occurs. And again, let's recall that the y-intercept is where it crosses the y-axis. So let's go ahead and put this equation into our Desmos calculator. We got 0.239x minus 45.872. Okay, now if you take a look at here right now, we don't see the graph in our display. So, and we want to figure out what would the y minimum and y maximum for us to be able to see the y-intercept. So we're going to zoom out, okay, and then we're going to keep zooming out until we actually see the graph. Well, there's our graph down below. So if you take a look at where this point is, okay, the y minimum and the y max is the following. You have negative 40 and negative 50 is going to show you the window of where the y-intercept is going to cross the y-axis. So let's go ahead and copy and paste that. And so here we can see that from our graph, we have our y minimum and y maximum to be negative 40 and negative 50.